guys, just thought I'd show you what I was doing here. I've got a Kieracraft Pixie twice size, which I built a couple of years ago. Hope you can see me, it's stuck down a bit. And I haven't flown it for a while, so I'm just going through it now and getting it ready for flight. It's got quite a lot of dihedral in it. It does tend to Dutch roll a little bit, maybe slightly too much, but it's a fun little aeroplane nevertheless. So let me angle you down and you can see what I'm doing. Cheers. What I'm doing, it's covered in dust, and so I'm just spraying a bit of water on there, and I'm just getting the dust off before I start looking at what it needs doing. And before I go any further, let's get my .321 blocks and chalk it up, because it's going to end up on the floor, isn't it? How about that? Yeah, look at the dirt. It's horrible, absolutely horrible. But I built this one 7 years ago. So it hasn't really appeared much on the channel. I think probably the last time I flew it, I was demonstrating how to land an aeroplane, just for an interesting subject. I hadn't planned to do it for that particular flight, but I thought, why not? Because it is a sort of a landing an aeroplane is quite important skill to learn, isn't it? So it's pretty much just a double-sized Pixie, electrified of course, and I just made 2-channel rudder and elevator. Not a terribly big rudder, but I tell you what, it really does work very well indeed. Lovely to see what's essentially a free flight rubber model actually in the air. In fact, there was one on eBay which alerted me to the design. I was just going through one day and I saw this double-sized Pixie, and I thought, oh, I really like that. And I contacted the seller, and he didn't want to post it, even though I said, you know, I'll pay for a big box and all sorts of stuff. And I thought, well, do you know what? Surely it's not going to take, it's horrible, isn't it? Surely it's going to not take very long to put one together. So I had a very pleasant time in my old shed. It's not working well, is it? In my old shed, putting it together. And I covered it in white solar film, which I'm glad I did really now with given the fact it's quite an old model, because it still looks almost as good as the day I made it. Plus it's going to be easy to cover as well, easy to sort out if it gets damaged. Right, let's just do the tail section. I'm not sure, I'll have a look in a minute. I think I borrowed the receiver out of this one. Well, you would, wouldn't you, after years? But I've got a couple of spare receivers. Cheap as chips, aren't they? Just bought a couple of these Radio Master. These are our R86 receivers. I mean, they're less than a tenner. They're 6-channel receivers. Not that I need 6 channels, but when you do a free flight to RC conversion, you're pretty much guaranteed that they're going to fly very nicely, because they fly free flight. I know it's kind of like sacrilege covering it in film, but the tail's only made out of, looks like 3/32, so it's pretty light back there. So I think that doesn't look too bad. Come around this side again. Got the struts. Let's just get a bit of damp on the strut there. Struts are quite clever actually. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I have a feeling I found the design in some RCM&E. One of the regulars scaled it up, and probably did scale it up from RCM&E actually. But they've got these very clever strut arrangements. I mean, I keep it fully assembled, ready to go because it's not that big. But they use the design called for the ordinary hinges, 2-part plastic hinges with a pin in. So you put half in there and just make a little bit of angled wire, and they just slide in, top and bottom. I mean, how simple is that? Very clever, and they do a good job. I'll put the control surface servos down in the back end there. That makes for a really easy, quick push rod connection. Painted them white so you don't see them. In fact, I hadn't seen them to tell you about it. Oh, there's me at the cockpit at the controls. Oh, it passed the noise test. Look, on the 6th of May 2019. So it was 4 years ago coming up. Can't remember what I run it on actually. Yeah, so I've got to get a receiver in there. So I've got extension leads for the rudder and elevator servos. Oh, here we are. I've actually signed when I built it. Look, that's cool. Cliff RV, 31st of March, which is in a couple of weeks, 2017. So 7 years ago. Wow, I'm glad I saw that. Oh, now, I've noticed that the prop saver rubber has broken. Oh, that's the other thing I was going to show you while it's upside down. The undercarriage is from a little Funfly cheapie model, and it just springs out like that. So it just locates by bending it in. Actually, I wonder if I'd be better off not putting that in. Let's leave it off a while. That's good. I'm going to leave it off because I think I can just clear these bits. It'll be a bit more stable. Especially if I put some of these blocks. I use these blocks several times a day. They are brilliant. Okay. So the nose section has got a prop saver on there. So I'll replace that because that's broken. Quite a big prop, 9 by 4.7. Mind you, it's not a small motor. I'm not sure what size motor it is. It's only a very shallow one, you know. Oh, that's right. It's got a magnetic catch. There we go. A couple of magnets on the inside. It's one I found in my junk box, I think. Oh, it hasn't got an ESC in it either. Not a problem. I've got ESCs. It's a B/06. Right, let's get that rubber off. We'll get another O-ring on there. Tiny little scrapings down there. So I need a receiver and lovely. I think I line it with ply, or is it ply over the top? Something like that. Beef it up a bit. Nice colour that. Let me go and find some bits and I'll be back in a moment. I found a 30 amp ESC. I've got a 20 amp ESC, which obviously will be, you know, more than capable. But last time I tried this, it wasn't behaving properly, and I'm not sure if it was the ESC or something else. So we'll give it a go first. If that doesn't work, I'll put the bigger one in. I've also found a little AR400 Spectrum receiver, which is only 4-channel. So it'd be a shame not to use that one, wouldn't it? If it all works. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to connect all this up and see if we can't get it working. I'll program it into a channel on the Radio Master and we'll see what happens. Oh, there we go, lights come on, steady light. So we'll pull the bone plug off, disconnect. Need to plug a servo in, don't I? Let me get out my aeroplane holder because I think I'm going to have to put this upside down. Now, fitting up this speed controller looks like it's going to be fun. Let's have a go. Let's get a pair of tweezers. Excuse me, pussycat. What I'm thinking is I can connect it up and just push this through. So we'll see. I'll bring those connections out. How often do you connect up an ESC and it's back to front? More than 50% of the time. It's fun, isn't it? Because it just seems like that. Right. Just connect these up. Fortunately, they're the same size bullet connectors. But I won't push them hard in because, like I say, chances are, or at least that one didn't go in. These are all right, actually. May as well push it in. I was just wondering if this would fly at Winard's Perch. Probably not a good idea. Okay, let's see if we can't squeeze those cables back in. Although it might be an idea to make sure the motor's turning the right way, mightn't it? Good thinking, good thinking. Let's pop a receiver on, then I can connect it up properly. Throttle and receiver.
Engine on.
I do believe that's going the right way. Okay, that's cool.
Engine off.
Very cool, thank you very much. The gods of fate. Well, actually, look, I can connect. Let's try a couple of servos just to make sure something's working in the receiver. Seems like that ESC might work okay. Okay, well, at least that's working, even if it is on the wrong stick. Quite excited to get this one in the air again. Such a gentle little flyer. Cable goes like that. Hope this is rudder. Ah, no, it's not. I suppose I could change it on the transmitter. How do I do that? Okay. And then elevator. Edit. Aileron. We can pop the undercarriage and pop that back on and we're good to go then. The plastic fitting inside, which was robbed out the old model, but we can do it with plywood as well. There we go. Got it. Okay, should we run her up, see what happens? Go on then, Tiff, run her up. I'm happy with that. The Pixie is ready to go. Didn't take long, did it? Hatch goes there. And we'll have a bit of fun with the Pixie this summer, this spring even. There we go. There we go, guys. That's how you prepare a model for the coming season. She's ready to go. Say, lovely little flyer. Does rock a little bit like this, but keep the throttle low, and it's quite a delightful little aeroplane. And it looks so sweet. What a sweet little aeroplane that is. Okay, thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this little sojourn into getting the model ready for the coming season, give the video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers guys, bye. Bye bye bye. And bye bye from the cat. There she is, Lola. Lola. Oh well.